But you know what I'm doing here looks so freaking unprofessional. And look at my hair. I just look like a freak.
I felt a great disturbance in the force.
Hello there. I am the Space Ninja, and welcome to my review of my brand new Anakin Skywalker Graflex.
I fear something terrible has happened.
I noticed while editing that the sound is slightly out of sync throughout a large portion of this video, and I want to apologize for the overall terrible quality of the sound throughout this whole video. So sorry about that, guys. I hope you can still deal with it.
This is where the fun begins.
Hello there.
What?
How's it going, Shaskin? I have
Pretty
something.
darn good.
I have something special for us today. I've got a new lightsaber here from Artsabers. Should we check it out?
First things first. Tell us why you decided this lightsaber. Why did you decide the company and stuff like that? What was your ambition?
I had something very specific in mind that I wanted. I wanted an Anakin hilt, but a very specific one. It's the one with a D-ring that has the type of clamp with the circuit board, and it doesn't have that thing on the side of the clamp that sticks out really far. I don't know what that piece is called, but there's quite a few different versions of Luke's original lightsaber, and I wanted that one specific one, and I finally found it on Artsabers' website.
So it's not one of those Rey Skywalker lightsabers that she destroyed in the Last Jedi.
No, but it's funny you mentioned that because before I got this one, I did have the opportunity to get my hands on one very, very similar that was the Rey Skywalker reforged Graflex that has the leather bit where she repaired it in the middle of it, in the middle of the hilt. I ultimately sent that one back. I didn't like it for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it weighed about as much as a brick. And two, the power button was a little loose, and with a one-button system, it has so many different features, that button has to be perfect, because otherwise you can't access any of the features. If it's a little bit touchy and it doesn't want to activate right every time you press it, that's a no-go. So I sent that one back. But it all worked out for the best because now I got this one. We got turn this around so you can see, can see the inside of the case. This is a real nice case that it came with. It came with if you can really see it there, but I'm gonna try not to dump the whole thing out. But it came with instructions, a lightsaber stand, which I haven't assembled yet, a bag of goodies, one of these special Allen wrenches, the blade, obviously, there's the blade, and, oh, here she is. This is here. Bring it closer to the camera. Look at this beauty. This is the part I was talking about right here. This is the style that has the little switch on the side and not that big ugly clamp that sticks way out, right? And then at the bottom, we've got our D-ring there, which is very, it's not stiff, but it's not flopping around loose and rattling. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, this thing, it doesn't weigh all that much, but it's substantial. It's a lot heavier than my, this one. This one weighs nothing compared to this one, but this one still isn't overly heavy. It's actually just the perfect weight. It feels like you would imagine a real lightsaber would feel like, you know. If you want to charge it, you're going to unscrew it in the middle. Now this one here is a little bit tight. The threads are not silky smooth. That was the one good thing about that Rey one that I had, is unscrewing it. It unscrewed exactly the same way as this one, and that one was like butter. And this one you got to put a little bit of effort into it. It almost feels like the first time it was assembled, the threads weren't completely clean, or maybe it was slightly cross-threaded or something. Look at this, look at this. As you slide this off here, you got this beautiful chassis in here, which is also very detailed. The light shines off of it so bright that you almost can't see the details on camera. So
a little too detailed.
Right? It's really pretty. So here you've got your circuit board and your battery and your charging port right there.
USB-C?
Yes.
So you have to take all that apart just to charge the battery.
It's not that big a deal, really. It lasts for a long time on one charge. I think in the instructions it says like 17 hours or something.
Yeah, hi, future me here. I have no idea where I got 17 hours from. The website says it'll hold a charge for 6 hours, and it'll last for 6 hours on one charge.
It did come with a blade plug.
That's a blade.
The blade plug I want to show you first, because it looks really cool. It's a one-button system, so you're going to press right there at the top of the clamp, right there. Oh, I didn't get the blade plug in. There we go. I didn't bother to tighten it down with the retention screw for demonstration purposes, but it's got very sensitive smooth swing. The bunny ears actually act as a tension clamp. You actually have to pinch them to put blade plugs or blades in and out.
That's cool.
I'm telling you, Shaskin, this thing is pretty freaking sweet. I've got it set on a crackle blade profile, so it sort of cracks up and down the blade like that. Isn't that neat?
Yeah. What's that?
Blaster reflect. So, let's see. If you hold for 1 second, you can change the volume. Hold for 2 seconds, and I think that's the ignition. Hold on.
Pulse.
So, this pulse is more pronounced on camera than it is to your eyes. Looking at it in real life, it's just barely pulsing. It's very, very subtle, but on camera, it really looks like it's pulsing with some serious power there, doesn't it? I like it.
Flash blade.
Oh, you're not going to like this one. It's actually worse to look at in real life. That's an intense strobe light effect, but on camera it's not that bad.
Fire blade.
I like this one. So on camera, I mean, to me that almost looks like what you would expect a real lightsaber to look like on camera. But to your actual eyes in real life, there's basically just little sections of shadow, tiny little 1-inch spots that just go up the length of the blade. Listen, there's a lot of lightsaber videos out there, reviews, where you can see all the different features that this thing can do. First off, let me tell you this. It's not the Profi board. I opted for a slightly cheaper version. It would have been like $150 or $200 more to get the Profi board, which is the most state-of-the-art board you can get, but you gotta know programming and stuff if you want to customize it at all. And that's kind of over my head. I didn't figure I would ever use any of the custom I didn't figure I would ever customize it, so I decided to get this one, which I'm really glad I did that, because it's still a NeoPixel. It's still got all the all the LEDs inside the blade, but it's a little less complicated. If I ever did decide I wanted to change some of the sound fonts, all I'd have to do is unscrew the hilt, pop the USB card out, get it into a computer, and download whatever other sound fonts I want. Honestly, I'll probably never mess with that either with this one. It's just not that important to me. It does plenty on its own as is, out of the box.
Does it change color?
Oh yeah, it changes to every different color. Changing color is pretty easy. While it's on, you press and hold for for,
Color change.
yeah, 2 seconds. And it'll start slowly. There. You can see on the wall behind me what the true color is from the reflection off the wall. You got a hot pink here. And it's going to slowly keep cycling through all of them. Now it's turning to a light pink, almost white. Now it's starting to go blue. Kind of wish it would go a little faster than that. It's changing very, very slowly. Now we're going to the deep blue. Like this.
Doesn't go orange, does it?
Yeah, it does, eventually. It'll go to every color eventually.
Yellow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to stop it there because now we're back basically at my color. Now this has all been on one font. It's got different fonts. I showed you a couple of profiles where it's got the crackle, the pulse, you know, while it's in its idle hum. But if you press and hold for 3 seconds,
Moonfield.
Moonfield. Rainbow Blade.
Whispers of power.
So all these preset fonts have their own blade profiles too.
The teacher.
The teacher. Did I tell you? It also has gesture controls where all you have to do is twist it. Turn it on and off.
The second.
That's a very deep red right there. I like that. What else should I say about it?
Well, I'm just gonna go on to, what is that, Artsaber?
Mm-hmm. Artsaber on this side of the box. May the force be with you on that side of the box. It's a real nice box. It's got combination locks on each end.
I would imagine that's a dueling saber.
NeoPixel blades are never dueling sabers. And I'm not surprised.
You're not gonna duel with that.
No, I'm honestly probably not even going to carry this one all that much. I'm not surprised you asked that though, because you know me. You know I like to duel with my sabers. But I wanted a legacy saber. It was also the very first hilt that I ever bought. My very first lightsaber was the Master Replicas Anakin/Luke. This one, essentially. And I loved it. I played with it to death. This is way better than that Master Replicas one ever was. I couldn't be happier with this, honestly. It's perfect.
What is it, the Aniflex saber?
This one, on the Artsabers website, it is, yeah, I believe that's what it's called, the Anakin Graflex Saber. I can verify that for you if you want. But not right now because my camera's sitting on top of my laptop. It is very wieldable, even with all this stuff on it, you know, the bunny ears. You got this button right here. This button presses, by the way, but it's non-functional. It doesn't actually do anything. Oh,
That's nice.
I think you'll like this. This little bag of goodies I mentioned right here. Let's say you prefer, you know, the other style right here, where instead of the circuit board, you can have the bubble strip.
Yeah.
The circuit board slides. Whoops! It slides right out. There it is. And you can, this little baggie has the bubble strip style, you know, that you can replace that with. And also, if you want to, you can unscrew the little white crystal right here and put in a red one. Inside this bag is an extra standard Allen wrench, one of the little guys, and also about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra retention screws of different lengths. There's the little red button you can replace the white one with, and there's the bubble strip.
Now, there's one here that's episode 9 version of what you got.
That's the
Which looks
Ray
like the one
that I sent back, the Ray Reforged one.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't like that one?
I didn't order that one from this company, although I suspect it came from the same manufacturer. They both shipped overseas from China. But yeah, no, I didn't like that one. It was easily twice the weight. It was unusable. It was so heavy. Honestly, you wouldn't even be able to go outside and really kind of carefully spin it around because it was so heavy. This one at least is wieldable if you want to.
What do you think of the construction of it?
It feels solid. I mean, it's nice. I do.
Is there like any plastic pieces on there?
Not that I can really tell. The pressable part of this button might be plastic, but everything else is metal. The little white crystal right there might be plastic. It probably is, but like everything else on here, everything is metal. I do feel like if you were to drop it, like if you dropped it in a parking lot on concrete, you'd probably break something. You know, the bunny ears. Maybe not completely snap them off, but I bet they'd bend. Oh, and I didn't mention the other thing that I got. It's on my belt. So this is the hardware that I used to use right here. It's just 2 clips, right? And I would clip my D-ring to it like that. And I've always been pretty happy with how that sits. People say, no, they don't like that because they don't want their lightsaber flopping around all the time. I really don't have a problem with it. I mean, you know, maybe if you're gonna run, it might be a problem, but just walking around, it don't really flop around. But check this out. I got this new one right here. Okay, and it's got the slot right there for a cover tech wheel. But then right here, I don't know if you can see this on camera, there's a spot right there that'll accept the D-ring, and then it just sits there. So if you had 2 sabers, you could put a second one with a cover tech wheel and hang 2 sabers from your side if you wanted to. And I do like that. You know, if I was walking around in public, I would use my secure clip where it's completely latched on. But if you're ever wanting to, you know, basically quick draw, I do like being able to just grab it like that. And this little thing right here, it's secure enough and tall enough that I don't feel like, I mean, I would really have to, yeah, see, I would have to try pretty hard to get it to fall off.
Holy hell in a handbasket by Master Yoda's fuzzy head! What did you do? You dropped it! That was from waist high!
I dropped it on carpet, so it's fine, but...
Yeah, but you dropped it. Now granted, I was trying to jump hard and make it fall off on purpose, but it was way too easy.
I'm pretty happy with the belt clip.
Am I though? Am I really? No, I'm not, am I? No, I'm probably gonna have to keep using my old hardware. There's no way I could ever trust that new belt clip. It is one solid piece of metal, so it's gonna last me a long time, and maybe it would work better with a cover tech wheel, but I'm not a huge fan of cover tech wheels, so I don't know how much I'll really be using this new belt clip.
You're not a double-bladed lightsaber type person, are you?
I can wield a staff. I'm not, it's not my favorite. With lightsabers, it's not my favorite. I prefer just like a regular staff, like a wooden bow staff. But I can do it.
How would you feel if there was like an attachment that you can put on that to make it a double-bladed?
Most of their Sabers can be. I don't know if this one can be or not. I'm not entirely sure. But I suspect it probably could. This looks like it would accept an adapter.
That would be cool.
The thing is, though, if I was going to do double-bladed, I wouldn't use this as one of the halves. I would want a hilt that is made to be put into a double-bladed form. You know, like Darth Maul's was. Let's do a comparison here. So this is a non-NeoPixel, you know, this is the baselit hilt. So that's pretty bright on camera, yeah. Put this one back on here. Right. That's red over blue, and yeah, this NeoPixel is definitely brighter. And you can't really tell that much on camera, but this one, since it's baselit, it is much brighter at the base than it is at the tip. It's not a huge difference, and when you're swinging it around outside at night, you really can't tell that much at all. But when you're holding it up next to a NeoPixel blade, yeah, then it becomes pretty obvious. I like that. Let's change this one to blue as well. That looks like about like my color. Another thing this thing can do. Let's see if I can get it on the first try. Let's see.
Broken ignition.
Broken ignition. What do you think of that?
Sure sounds broken.
Right?
Photon ignition.
Photon ignition. What do you think of that? You want to see it again?
Harder on the eyes.
Harder on the eyes, yeah.
A future me here again. I just want to say the sound and the light effects on this lightsaber are perfectly in sync the way they should be. I don't know how or why the sound got out of sync on this video, but it's driving me crazy and I do apologize.
Stack ignition. Warp ignition.
Warp ignition.
Phaser ignition.
Phaser ignition. Kinda like that one.
Scavenger ignition.
This one's not that different from just a standard lightsaber ignition.
Hunter ignition.
I like that one too. So it has like 20 different blade, I guess you want to call those fonts, where it's like the different, you know, it'll make it sound like Luke's, it'll make it sound like Leia's, Darth Maul's, you know, like every lightsaber that you ever saw on screen had a unique sound effect, you know, a different idle hum, different swing effects, and this will mimic all of those.
Just one more quick edit here. I just want to say I don't know that it actually mimics every lightsaber ever seen on screen, and I don't know that I would necessarily recognize one lightsaber's sound from another, but I know that this does accurately represent a lot of the ones seen on screen.
But not only that, but it also has different ignitions and different idle hums, you know, where you got the cracked, the unstable, all those different ignitions I just showed you. Dude, it has so many features. I couldn't be happier with it, I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, you wouldn't want to duel with it, but man, it sure does look good on camera. And it's perfect for, you know, conventions or cosplay or whatever. What do you think?
Does it come with a cleaning cloth?
A cleaning cloth? It did not, actually. Now that you mention it, but, you know, microfiber cloths are a dime a dozen. You can get them at the dollar store.
Yep.
It's hard to stop looking at. It's so beautiful.
You're saying that that's a base split?
This?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. It's NeoPixel. It's got the,
NeoPixel.
yeah, it's got the little plate at the bottom there, and then down inside the hilt, I don't know if you can really see them, but there's a bunch of little pins in there, about a dozen pins that just press against. And when you put this in there, you'll feel it hit those pins, and you'll feel that it, you know, it's in the right spot. You can just feel it. So you can see it. You know, if it was baselit, you wouldn't get all these different, you know, scrolling effects. But this one's baselit. And when it turns on, it just ignites the whole blade all at once. And it's also not as bright. So yeah, it's heavier. You know, probably easily weighs twice as much as my other guy. But one thing I like about it is this one here has this, the power button is illuminated. And I really don't care for lights on the outside of my hilts. You know, I like this one because no freaking lights on the outside. I'll tell you what, if I ever get another one, I'm gonna get Obi-Wan's next.
Why?
I would buy Obi-Wan's from this same company, absolutely.
Why?
We'll have to wait, okay? I still have not
You
received...
said episode 3? Kenobi?
Maybe episode 4? I've seen a custom version of Obi's that was like battle damaged. Oh, that one was beautiful. I don't remember. That was years ago that I saw that.
Have you ever wondered what happened to Obi-Wan's lightsaber after he went to the Force in episode 4? Did Vader keep it or destroy it?
Vader kept it. In Legends, there are stories about that. There might be stories about that in canon too. Now that Disney has been cherry picking Legends for the last few years. That is neat that it has the light, even when there's no blade in it. Even though it's a NeoPixel blade, it still has light inside the hilt if you don't have the blade in it. You could put an empty non-NeoPixel blade in there, and then technically you could battle with this, because now you got a battle blade in there. However, even with the lights off, it's really not all that bright. In fact, it's way brighter on camera than it is to my eyes. Yeah.
One of the things that I'm curious about is I'm looking at the website at the same time I'm listening to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying that the NeoPixel sabers are not good for dueling. So,
Well, look, here's the thing. It's duel at your own risk, basically, okay? If you ever used a Master Replica lightsaber, have you?
no.
Have you ever used one of the Hasbro ones that have... Well, hell, you've used the Galaxy's Edge ones, right? They got LEDs inside the blades, right?
Yes.
And you know, you can tap those against each other and do some light play dueling, and they won't break immediately, but eventually you will start busted LEDs inside the blade. You'll have dead spots, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's the risk you take when you duel with a NeoPixel blade. You know, you might be able to get away with it for a little while, but sooner or later you're going to start... And these blades are not cheap to replace. So, most people strongly recommend that you don't duel with a NeoPixel blade, unless you have unlimited resources and don't mind replacing that blade every time you break an LED.
You know, very basic. You know, with the Moldite saber.
Yeah, that's probably one of their more stunt I'm not familiar with the name of every saber they have on their website, but I know they have stunt sabers that are made more for dueling.
But what made you not go with the base hilt or the baselit?
I just wanted a legacy. I just wanted a really, really nice legacy saber. Those gesture controls, I tell you what. it's a blessing and a curse because the gesture controls are a little bit sensitive, so it's easy to accidentally turn it on. It's twist. You twist this way, so in a clockwise twist. Clockwise twist? Yeah. I guess it's easier because I'm left-handed. Yeah. And also, there's another reason why I didn't buy a baselit hilt is because I already have one, and I've got another one coming from a different company. I've actually been waiting on it to arrive for over a year now. This one I ordered, and it came within less than 2 weeks.
Over a year?
I have been waiting over a year, yeah.
Jeez.
I ordered it October, within the first 2 weeks. I don't remember the exact date, but it was within the first 2 weeks of October. The previous October, not this year's October. Right, it's 2023 now, October of 2022.
What's the length and weight?
Standard 36 inches. Let me confirm. Can you see the number there? It is a standard 36 inch. What else can I say about this? I don't know, man. It's very satisfying to hold, to turn it, you know, when you have the blade in it, you turn it on. It's very satisfying to hold without the blade in it. It's very satisfying just to have it on your side. I can't even tell you. It's nice, man. There we go. Ah. Still gotta get used to it. The other one, the one that I've had for a while, you know, I can put it on and off instantly, you know, but I'm still getting used to the way this one feels. And, you know. The only thing about the way it hangs is the D-ring doesn't quite... Actually, I got it lined up a little bit better this time. I guess it depends on how you screw it back on when you take it off. Last time, it was like, it would hang like this, to where the button was right up against my leg, and I didn't really care for that, but this time it's hanging a little bit better. I guess it does depend on how you thread it when you take it on and off. It goes more than one way. Yeah, the grips are interesting. I've seen some designs that have the 2 rivet style, where there's a rivet at the top and at the bottom. This is a 1 rivet style, which I don't know how much difference that really makes, you know? Maybe the 2 rivet style would be a bit more secure, because I believe if you use these enough, I believe these will pop off eventually. They're glued on and then riveted on, so they're not the most secure thing in the world. They are quite hard. They're not uncomfortable to hold if you want to hold it by the grip down here. Not uncomfortable at all, but it is a bit thick. That's how far around my hand goes around it, compared to if I were to hold it up here and get my thumb all the way over my finger. See that right there? Yeah. But the grips are pretty hard plastic, so they're... I mean, you got a real good solid grip right there, but I feel like if the blade was in it, that's not really where the balance point is at.
She even said so.
Yeah, no. Whoa. Oh, I dropped you. Holy crap, that was close. Yeah, I'm messing everything up. Okay. I think I'm recording here.
My little D3400. Oh my god, it looks so tiny. Are you recording this?
I feel like you can't really see it on camera right now because it's just too dark. Am I right?
That is not true.
No?
It is so cool.
Woo! It's very satisfying to spin, I'll tell you that. I mean, it feels good in your hands. It feels real good. And that, oh, man, I don't know if you can hear that smooth swing, but the smooth swing is so sensitive and responsive. I absolutely love it. Dude, it feels
Honestly, it sounds like it's straight out of the movie, don't you think? Can you hear it on camera?
Barely.
Barely. Can you hear it a little closer now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. This thing is sweet. Oh man, let's check out.
Broken ignition.
Car coming. Ooh. A champion.
Serenity.
That one's also purple. Oh, I want to get crazy with it, but I'm not comfortable enough with it yet to really do some, like, crazy flips or anything. There we go. Still getting used to that. One button does everything, you know? It's all these different features.
Idle.
Ooh. It's more like a traditional, like, blade.
Is that white?
Yeah, it's very light blue.
Hatred.
Hatred. Oh. Oh man. Oh man, dude, it's cold out here though, and I'm worried about damaging it because of the cold, so let's go back in.
I guess we covered the bases.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what else there is to say. Of all the lightsabers I've ever owned, this one might be my favorite one. So, Artsabers. Approved by the Space Ninja. I can't even really describe, like, you just can't tell on camera how nice this thing is. You really can't. I know the lighting in here isn't the best. You know, I'm by no means am I a professional. I don't have a nice setup. I don't have a nice green screen like a lot of other guys, but I do what I can. But on camera, this just doesn't. It's just not doing justice to how beautiful this thing is. So nice. I'm the weirdo that goes out. I never leave the house without a lightsaber on my side. Normally it's this one, and I feel like if, you know, in an emergency situation, there's obviously way better options than a lightsaber, but I'm a big nerd and I don't care, so I opt to carry a lightsaber for defensive purposes, honestly. Like, you could blindside, you know? You're gonna get a few seconds of blindness if I do that to you, if you try to mug me at night or something, because I do go walking around at night a lot. I wouldn't be able to do that with this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not nearly bright enough, and also, this one was, frankly, way too expensive to risk batting somebody over the head with it, you know what I'm saying? This one, I wouldn't think twice about that. I'd smash your face in with it.